Hey everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to another Sophisticated Saturday. We have a bunch of messes throughout the house today, so I'm just gonna kind of run around, clean up all of the messy areas in each room of the house, and I'll also do a little bit of cooking like I love to do on Saturdays. We're gonna make a taco salad today, really easy and simple, and I'm gonna start in the kitchen. I've got Owen with me, who's just drifting off to sleep, so he'll be my little helper to start off the video, and I think we should probably get into it. I want to start off by saying that everyone has a different version of what their messy is, and today my house felt messy. And yes, it gets plenty messier than it was today. Everyone has homes and spaces that get out of hand, and mine just felt like it was a little bit out of hand in a lot of different places. You'll see that the kitchen was dirty. There were dishes everywhere. So I wanted to start here and pick up before I started making a taco salad. I cannot cook when it's a complete disaster, so I needed to get some space cleared off so I actually had space to cook and to make myself feel a little bit better about how our kitchen looked and starting the day and starting that to-do list of getting all of the cleaning done throughout the house. First, I had to empty the dishwasher before I could start refilling the dishwasher again with all of the dirty dishes that were all over the place. I love baby wearing for a few different reasons. Number one, Owen sleeps really well when I baby wear him around the house. I love also the fact that we get to be close to each other. And I also, of course, being who I am, love that I can get stuff done at the same time. I will say it is a little bit difficult to do the dishes sometimes. I'm getting my squats in because I don't want to bend over too much and have him dangle. So I do like a deep squat with my legs to bend down and grab stuff. So getting things in and out of the dishwasher, it's like I'm getting a workout at the same time. He is starting to get to the age though where he's more aware of his surroundings, and it's more difficult for him to sleep when there's a bunch of noise or light and things like that. And I notice that more often when I put him down for an actual nap. He does seem to still do pretty well when I baby wear him. So I'm hoping that this continues and that trend lasts for a while because I don't want to give it up yet. It's just so sweet to have him wrap his little body around me in a hug and we can be productive together. Some of these dishes really needed a good scrub. I like using soft scrub to clean off dishes when there are cooked on parts that I can't really get off and I don't want to use anything too abrasive. Soft scrub is great. You can also use Barkeeper's Friend. You could even do a DIY version and use some baking soda. That works great too. But something that is gentle, non-abrasive, but also helps do a little bit of scrubbing. With most of those dishes cleaned, I still have a few that I need to hand wash left in the sink there. I am going to get the taco salad ready, so I'm pulling out all of the ingredients that I need. And this is a go-to salad or recipe that I like to use. And it's a recipe where I don't use an actual recipe. I pull out everything that I have in the fridge and in the pantry, anything that kind of takes on those flavors of tacos or kind of Mexican food, and wing it every time. So the salad is never exactly the same, but I always do some version of ground meat, whether that be turkey or beef. We have bought some bison from Costco before where we like to buy our meat. So sometimes I've tried the bison, and then I usually use romaine lettuce, and I'll show you some of the ingredients that I used today. but I'll toss in anything in there veggie-wise, like bell peppers and onions. I love cilantro if I happen to have that. I just put some rice into the microwave. It is a 90-second rice. It's actually a rice and quinoa blend, but I will put some rice in there sometimes. If it's a Mexican rice blend, that's great. If it's just brown rice, that works for me too. I usually have some canned corn or canned black beans that I might toss in, jalapenos. You'll see I pulled out avocados. If I have tomatoes, those go in as well. And then I like to put some sort of cheese in there. Our favorite when we have it is cotija cheese. If not, cheddar cheese works, or cheddar jack, or some sort of Mexican blend of cheeses. I feel like this combo you just can't really screw up, and Jim loves it and I love it, and it's really easy, which is nice. With my ground beef in there, I am adding some taco seasoning and mixing it up. I got this new tool that my mom bought for me. I've seen other people use it for ground meat, and it is a game changer. It makes it so much easier to move that meat around and make sure it's in nice small pieces and you don't get any huge chunks. And while that's cooking, I am just going to continue chopping the vegetables and everything that goes in the salad.
Between us, you want me to take you in my trust. You got to give it up. You know that ain't the way. It ain't the way. Oh no, 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 no. There's nothing new in this game. You got to get it. You got to get it up, get it up. But you got to get it up, get it up. You got to get it up, get it up. No, no, no. Get it up, get it up. You got to get it up, get it up. Get it up, get it up.
The dressing that I use, I did originally find a recipe for it, and it is half a cup of salsa to half a cup of Greek yogurt. And then you'll end up adding 2 tablespoons of mayo and a little bit of hot sauce and mix it up, and that is the dressing. I have started to get a little bit more creative with this combination. You can use sour cream or mayo or Greek yogurt or any combination thereof. You can play around with the heat of the salsa, the different types of hot sauces that you use. If you want to try using a green chili salsa and mixing it up, I'm telling you, this basic recipe is so forgiving. Now you'll see I'm just adding everything into the bowl together. I've got the meat in there with my lettuce, and I'm adding the cheese. Another good thing about this recipe is that you can cook a lot of it in advance. You can make that beef in advance, make your rice in advance, and let it cool down. It doesn't need to be hot on top of the salad. I actually prefer when it's not hot and doesn't wilt the lettuce or heat up any of the veggies. So you can make those portions in advance and then mix it all together when it's time to have dinner, or if you're having it for lunch, to have lunch. Now we get to clean up the kitchen one more time, but it is much easier to clean up the kitchen this time because we already did most of the hard work earlier. So it just needs a little bit of a wipe down and picking up those ingredients.
Yeah, I know I will learn it the hard way, 'cause I just can't leave it be. And I don't really care what they say. It's all about you and me. But every time I feel it, every time I breathe, every time I close my eyes, it's coming right at me all over again.
While I still have Owen sleeping in the baby carrier, I am going to do a little bit of work at my desk. I need to clean up a bit here as well, but I wanted to do some planning of the content that I have on YouTube and on Instagram, as well as looking at my calendar and just getting on top of all of the different things that I have going on.
But all the things I need, oh, we wish I didn't Every time I breathe, every time I close my eyes, it's gonna rock and feel the working.
Down in the basement, Jim has been asking me to go through this unit. It's from IKEA. So he keeps asking me to go through the IKEA unit and clean it up just a little bit. And I don't blame him because it is such a mess. It's been such a mess since we moved in because it houses all of the random stuff that we don't know where we should put it. I hate having a space that doesn't have a defined purpose. So I want to go through it and clean it up. I'm not 100% ready to get rid of things in here or everything in here because you'll see a lot of it. They're different organizers. Some are organizers, actually most are organizers that I used in my last apartment and haven't found a way to use them yet here. And because I haven't finished organizing all of the spaces here, I don't want to get rid of them because I may end up wanting them or using them. I tend to rearrange things often and update the solutions I use. So I don't feel terrible about having these extra organizers here, just as long as they are neat and tidy. So some of the big organizers I'm going to have at the top of the unit here. I'm going to put smaller ones in a drawer and keep them all contained. And then the drawer beneath the drawer that has all of the organizers are more decor items, again, from my apartment that I haven't found a home for yet here. Have not finished decorating the house, nowhere even close. I feel like we don't have any artwork here. We're missing still a fair amount of furniture. There's a lot of places that need little touches of decor. So I am going to keep a drawer of little decor items too. With the rearranging though, if you remember what it looked like when I first opened the cabinets, it did make a huge difference and it looks a whole lot neater in here. So hopefully Jim is happy that I finally got down here and cleaned things up a little bit because I know I'm happier and feel better about it too. Now I'm going up into Owen's room, and if you're wondering what is this complete disaster that happened, Owen got some new outfits in the next size up. He also got some new outfits that are more short sleeve and better for summer, so I need to fold those and put those away. And I think it's time to switch up the drawers a little bit and move out some of his older clothes that are the smaller size that don't really fit him anymore. So I am going to do all of that and fold this clothing.
I'm going out with you tonight.
It is so fun to watch him grow and get bigger and fun to have all of the new outfits and watch him learn and all of those things that come along with having a baby and a kid grow up. But like everyone warned me, time flies so quickly. It is so sad how fast he's growing up. I'm trying to savor every moment, but even when you are trying to soak it all in, it just flies by. It has been kind of difficult for me to find a folding method that I like for Owen's clothing, especially because if I find one that works, then the next size or two sizes bigger, if I fold it the exact same way, it looks nothing like the other clothing because the sizes are so different. So it's like with each size of clothing, I have to fold it in a different way.
What an alibi. But I'm glad you're here. Oh, 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 oh. I don't ask for much. No, I don't need that much, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Though I want your touch. Baby, I so high, stay. I don't mind a little crazy. But baby, I so high.
A lot of his outfits in this drawer just were not folded well, so I wanted to refold them and reorganize them and get them categorized the way that I wanted them to be.
Slow it down. Slow it down. Baby, you're so hasty. I don't mind a little crazy. But baby, you're so hasty. We don't need to go on a fast. I need this night to last. Baby, you're so hasty. I don't mind a little crazy. But baby, you're so hasty.
He has so many fun, colorful outfits, so I really like organizing them in rainbow order and making his drawer look extra organized and special for him. Or maybe not for him, maybe more so for me, but I just like organizing by color whenever I can, so this is a great opportunity to do that. You'll see I still have one open row on the side there, and that's perfect because I have a few more outfits and I can fill that space up. Now on to the next very messy space, which is our bedroom. It was a disaster. Usually looks like this most mornings because of all of the stuff that I pull out for Owen when we sleep. I'm like throwing off layers. There's diapers everywhere. There's a nursing pillow. You'll see I needed to change the cover for that. We have a changing pad that we put on our bed, my robe, extra blankets, throw pillows. It's just all over the place, so I needed to pick it all up. Even the top of my dresser was a little bit of a mess. I really try not to use this space as a dumping ground, but sometimes it ends up being a spot where freshly folded laundry goes, or clothes that I haven't worn enough for them to be considered dirty and go in the laundry, but aren't quite clean enough to put back. They sometimes end up there. Right now, I also have a few items that I was trying on and wasn't sure if I was going to keep or return, so they sat on my dresser. I just really try not to do that, but it does end up happening every now and then. In the laundry room, I had a sink full of bottles and pump parts that I needed to clean. I still like hand washing all of this stuff. Actually, our nanny, who just started not that long ago, is really great, and she will wash all of the bottles that she uses during the day and will even wash my pump parts, which has been so helpful because it is a pain to wash all of those little parts and stuff. So while Owen naps, she washes those bottles and pump parts, which has been a great help, and I'm so thankful. But on the weekends, I try and wash them. I don't want her to come in on Monday and have a ton of bottle parts and pump parts that are just sitting in the sink waiting for her. It can also be kind of nice and relaxing to wash these by hand. I don't usually love washing normal dishes by hand, but here I like looking out the window and something about using the bottle brush and stuff. It's just not like washing normal dishes, so I don't mind it as much as I do washing hand dishes in the kitchen. We've kind of made the laundry room the place where all of our bottles are, and we have a mini fridge there where I store my breast milk during the day that I pump and the nanny uses when she gives Owen bottles. So it works out well to wash things here just because that's where we store things and where the milk is. So it becomes an all-in-one area. The last thing I had to do today was to fold my laundry. I had this sitting here and had been ignoring it. I had washed our darks earlier, but didn't have a chance to get to folding it, so I needed to make sure I did that. And then as I fold piles and get my laundry all folded up, I'm going to bring it into our bedroom and put it away. I am leaving Jim's pile of laundry for him to do. Sometimes I fold his laundry for him, but I do all of the laundry. And these days I feel so short on time, and I don't think he minds folding his laundry. He does it his own way. So typically I just leave it on the bed for him to fold his laundry.
You're throwing the pillars to the floor. Now put your loving on me. Hey, loving on me. Maybe you won't see me get emotional, and sometimes I pretend I'm just above it all. But I want you lying next to me. Yeah, I want your body too. Yeah, body too.
That is it for today's Sophisticated Saturday. I hope you enjoyed seeing some messier spaces. I know they aren't a complete disaster, but just an insight into what my weekends often look like when I'm just quickly going from room to room, trying to pick up the messes and make everything feel like it's at peace and much more clean and organized. If you liked today's video, I would appreciate if you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, I will see you guys later.